Nice to meet you today. I'm Joe Soltis. I am the CEO of ChoiceLocal and excited to be with you today. I also will be listening in today as well as a franchisor. I'm chairman of a franchise system as well too, Glacial Dental, and we've gotten really heavily involved in franchising. ChoiceLocal only works with franchise systems, and we became so great at new customer acquisition, franchise development, as well as talent acquisition for franchise systems. We decided we would launch a franchise system, and our CEO of that is Sam Methuselah, who used to be the CEO or VP of Operations and Franchising at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, Mr. Sparky, and 1 Hour Heating and Air. And over 5 years, while he was running those, they grew from 150 million in network revenue to 750 million in network revenue. And just one last question for the group. You guys see one slide now or two?
We see one, Joe.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so our company mission is help others. I founded ChoiceLocal to help in franchising. I worked at a top-ranked advertising agency, served multi-billion-dollar companies, and late into a pregnancy, my wife and I lost a child. Decided we wanted, I always said I wanted to be successful so that I can help people, and I just didn't want to run that company anymore. So started ChoiceLocal with the mission of help others, wanting to give Fortune 500 level customer service results and strategy to small and medium-sized businesses, because no one was doing that. And we founded ChoiceLocal, and our mission is to help our partners succeed, help our teammates succeed, and we give 10% of our profits to help kids in need through the Benjamin Isaac Foundation, named after our son that we lost. And we have a big, hairy, audacious goal of helping 10,000 kids a year. So when it comes to capabilities that we bring, all of these capabilities we're bringing on the franchise development side, all of these capabilities we're bringing for new customer acquisition, retention and loyalty, as well as for employee recruiting. Staffing is a huge challenge. We don't do long-term contracts, and we have, in the early days of ChoiceLocal, the first franchise system we broke into, the franchisees were growing so fast that 4 months in, they're like, "We love you. You're absolutely fantastic. Can we put a pause on services for the next couple months so that we can deal with the staffing challenges?" This was back in 2015. So we said, "Hey, that's not good for you. That's not good for us." So we built a recruiting and staffing solution as well, and built it specifically for franchising. But the capabilities that we're bringing to it are from driving awareness, from SEO to pay-per-click, social media, LSAs, display ads, programmatic, geofencing, and content, all the way on to website design and usability, to using AI messaging to convert an automated follow-up, to convert leads into booked customers, booked appointments, and then measuring your net promoter score, your customer satisfaction, your client satisfaction, your franchisee satisfaction, and then turn them into evangelists for you, as well as referral and word of mouth. So all the way from awareness to affinity. So when we go into 2023, some things just generally you're going to want to look at and be aware of, that are some pretty big changes that are happening in the digital ecosystem. So the first one is the importance and reality that AI, artificial intelligence, will play in 2023. So there's two different ways that AI is transforming the landscape. As a franchisor, one of the biggest things that is a huge challenge is getting your franchisees to effectively follow up with leads the way they should. Call the lead within 5 minutes, have a great and personalized professional response, and do that 5-minute lead follow-up 24/7, 365. We all know that our franchisees don't do that, and they should. And it's almost impossible to do it. So some franchise systems have dealt with this challenge by centralizing a call center, and have had some success with that. Most franchise systems are still coaching their franchisees through it. What we've developed is a way to use artificial intelligence to follow up with these leads 24/7, 365 through text message, and text messaging has a 90% read rate within 3 minutes of the text going out. So that is a very powerful thing. The other thing to be aware of when it comes to artificial intelligence that's super important is this challenge that many marketers have faced relative to content marketing. And artificial intelligence is now playing a role in content creation, the likes of which has never been seen before. And so much to the point where artificial intelligence is changing even the search marketing landscape, where for the first time in history, Google actually has a chance, since its early founding, the first time in history, of competing in the search space, as ChatGPT is now partnering with Bing to bring that technology in. That is a significant shift, and it's something to pay attention to. And artificial intelligence as a whole really needs to be brought into your SEO. It needs to be into your social media marketing. It needs to be brought into content marketing. It needs to be brought into email and marketing automation. This is a game changer. This is huge. And if you're not aware of this or what's going on here, you will get left behind. This is a big, big change. It's probably the biggest change to happen in marketing, honestly, in my lifetime. I've been doing this professionally since 1997. So please pay attention to that. The second one is data mining and using that to target and convert your ideal client and ideal potential franchisees. Essentially, if you're working a franchise development campaign, you can export a list and say, these are all of our ideal franchisees. Or if you're doing it on the consumer side, here are our ideal consumers that we would like to have and do business with. Then you can export that and basically find out where they live, what they like, what interests they have, what hobbies they have, what their average household income is, how many kids live in the home, how many senior citizens live in the home. And you can start to see trends to who your ideal client is. And then you can target them through things like connected TV, social media advertising, even search ads with bid modifiers, search max campaigns. All of these things are critical and are amazing ways to target your ideal client. That's really powerful. We've even found this tremendously powerful when you're doing conversion type sales within franchise development. This is a way to target them in a really, really effective way. Or if you're just looking for that ideal type of franchisee that has the money, but also fits your culture, we can start to see the interest and commonalities involved and then do really strong targeting. The other is reporting, the importance of reporting down to the penny and showcasing your worth as the economic headwinds are tightening. Honestly, the quote unquote recession hasn't been nearly as bad as many have expected. There's a lot of momentum in the economy, but the bottom line is, if you're running campaigns without knowing what you're getting from them in return, your franchisees are going to push back on that. If you want them to invest in marketing and you want them to invest in growth, you need to give them tools so that they know exactly what they're getting, and then they will continue to invest more if they know they're getting a good ROI from it. If you don't have the CRMs in place or the reporting systems in place to track and measure that, your franchise system is missing out on huge opportunities and easily getting franchisees to invest the way you want to. A few case studies on how these types of ecosystems can play together. So we do work with Caring Transitions. When we implemented this type of marketing ecosystem that we talked about, they did a study of franchisees working with ChoiceLocal versus franchisees not working with ChoiceLocal, and they found that the franchisees working with ChoiceLocal literally were growing 13 times faster than the ones not working with ChoiceLocal. These type of strategies work, and they're highly effective and important. With Comfort Keepers is another one where new service inquiries are up 380%, and employment requests are up 3,350%. In this particular industry, where you have one caregiver who gives care in the home to a senior, and you compare that to one client getting care, employment is such a huge challenge, particularly in this labor market. So implementing these types of strategies can be incredibly powerful. This is another one for Learning RX, where they compared us to the top competitor in the franchise marketing space by market share, and we drove 514% more. It's a K through 12 type tutoring franchise system. We drove 514% more students. Cost per student was 62% lower, and the cost per qualified lead was 57% lower. So these strategies work, and this is just another example of implementing these strategies where we did this with Precision Tune Auto Care. And the net result in an industry where sales are basically flat every year, and particularly in a recession when people are driving less and gas prices are high, when people are driving less, to have same store sales up 27% year over year. Coupons is big for them. Coupons up 30% year over year. Search engine rankings up 33,000%. These are very, very powerful strategies where you mix these things together. They tend to work well. And this is just that example like I was referring to in that third point, where This is for a franchise system we work with, where you can see this is just a view of their email campaigns, where you can see all the different email campaigns run across the franchise system. And then how many work orders, how many estimates, how many dollars in estimates, and how many dollars in sales were collected from these campaigns. This is a top-down view of the franchise system, but every franchisee has their own view as well, too. And this is the type of transparency that franchise systems really, as they're looking to get to that next level, want to be bringing to their franchisees, and can really do a very good job of getting your franchisees to invest significantly more in marketing, significantly more in growth, significantly more in revenue, and the net result is significantly better revenue performance. We also offer
Joe, we have about 20 seconds left, and then we'll
last slide. We also offer a money back guarantee as well when we do these things. If you're interested in knowing more, you can go to choicelocal.com, or you can just go to tinyurl.com/choicelocal2023, and you can book a specific meeting